Yo, how's it going, Twitch chats? Ladies and gentlemen, Coomers and non-Coomers. It is a me bag again. Nice, nice, nice. I just got back in contact with an old friend of mine. We were casually talking about skating. And he was always better than me in skating. And the first thing he just posted for me, or to me, was making a super difficult skateboard trick. I don't know if I can show you. Can I show you the skateboard trick? I just think that that's pretty cool. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? He just showed the crazy skateboard trick. Yo, Grenada and Jolix, how's it going? Hello, everyone. How's the online project for Trying going? I have no idea so far. I'm basically prepping for the Try release for the online multiplayer. I just finished my playthrough with gunning only in terms of village progression. And what I want to do today is something pretty common. What most people do when they finished base village is completing the entire village quests. And that's the thing for today to do. How's your days, Granada and Jojo? Hope you're having a good day so far. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to skating. I kind of like wanna get a thrill for that again. I did it as a kid with the friend of mine that I just showed you, and he is so freaking talented. I was always the kind of friend that was like, always getting on with him and like doing whatever. But in terms of sport, he was always better than I. Always. Like, pool jumping, skateboarding, freaking everything in terms of sports, he was always better than me. I give him that credit. He deserves this. He is my best. He's one of my best friends. And I don't be jealous or anything. He has the complete opposite thing. In gaming, I was always better than him. Besides one game that I stopped playing. But overall, I was better in gaming. I'm always like the super nerd type of friend he had. And yeah, we're getting along here and there and playing some video games. Sometimes when we find time to each other, it's always a pleasureful time. And for you, I just need the master's test. Ooh. That's an interesting quest. So you're preparing for online. I might as well just download Try and follow you. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that to do. Going on full dolphin, use that emulator. It's like the recommended one, I think. Play this game with high scaled graphics. Dig deep again into nostalgia. Some tough and intense fights, but they're really rewarding in the ways how they pull off. That's something I really like about Try. Yeah, in terms of video games, in terms of sports, I'm not like a not good sports guy overall. I am pretty good in handball. I'm pretty good in handball and basketball. I'm good with my hands. When I can I'm also a very, very good goalkeeper in soccer. But my feet are terrible. My condition is garbage. But if I can just take the ball and throw it into the goal, that's the thing that I can. That's the only sport thing I am definitely better than my friend. My friend is called Frello. Its gamer tag is Frello. I call him in his real name, but we can call him Frello. Frello is a mad lad in sports. He is gifted. I don't know why, but he's freaking gifted. He learns so quickly. That is also something that he is really good at. He's really good in learning with his body. He also looks like physically way different than I do. He is way more athletic. And I'm more like the chubby Lao Shan boyo. I was always very insecure about how he feels about our friendships and stuff. And I asked him the last time we met together because we didn't see us for a long time. And his honest opinion about our friendship was the most glorious thing ever. He said, every time we meet together, it's like a great reunion of friendship. And the fun thing, our real names are very similar. So if as kids, if you would see us standing next to each other, I'm looking more of a chubbier version than him. That's it. Now as an adult and as a mature man, we're looking completely different. I have way more gray hair than he has. He's always bearded. Yeah, but he is one of the best guys ever. He is so talented in talking nonsense. It's stupidly funny. It's stupidly funny. And the thing is, chubby little boy, yeah, it's mid but pretty good in badminton. Badminton is something that I'm not bad at, but I would say I'm better in basketball. I'm more of a basketball player. I'm not that big either. I'm like 179 meters. He's about the same size than me. But in terms of sports, he was always better. Like straight up. That's that thing. But in terms of like gaming, I was always superior. I was always this annoying guy to give advice in video game back in the day when I was a teenager. I think I can't stop the habit to him also. It's a little bit of a flexy thing I want to give back, you know? And when we get back to sports, he's like, hey, look this cool barrier kickflip I just do. And I'm like, fuck. I can barely do a pop shove it, which is basically when you have the board like that, you just turn it like this, and he does basically this. At the stoop store, I buy video games across the board. We have like little markets in Germany around here. They're called Trödelmarkt. That's basically a garbage store where everybody can sell whatever they want to. And there are sometimes games for a very cheap price, and they're like never touched or anything. They're just foiled back again and just back there for sale. That was always like a good spot. That was the spot where I got my first Monster Hunter copy from. That is amazing. The game was Soup Warfare Tomatoes versus Onions. I did get like a fake kind of game in that way. Like I don't get like a ROM hacked version of, you know, the little goldfishes, huh? I never got like a faked game or anything. What I got sometimes is like a scratched game that was very bad. So my first buy was basically Jack and Daxter, and the first copy was very scratched. And I went again to the store where I got the game, and I said, I can't play the game because it's too scratched. And the guy was like, it's not scratched. And I showed him the CD, the disc, and he was like, frick, that is really scratched. You want to have your payment back? And I'm like, I want to have the game still. He's like, wait, let me see if I can get a new copy. Dude, I got a complete new game instead. That was amazing. Jack and Daxter 1, my first PlayStation 2 video game. The second after that was Ratchet and Clank, and the third one was Monster Hunter. And I sticked till day to Monster Hunter. Not that I dislike the other two, but it's like, you know, Monster Hunter. Doo-doo extreme poo-poo? What the frick? I don't know. I have very different nicknames as a kid. The fun thing is, I never got called by my nicknames. Or like, I didn't got the nicknames from my friends. I got them like from my dad. My dad gave me a million nicknames. His favorite is Charlie. And to the very certain day, I kinda like don't get the bonding between my most favorite child movie and the name Charlie for me. Right now as an adult, I always think he's calling me Charlie, like Charlie Sheen. And I'm like some sort of a drug-addicted actor. I know he doesn't mean to say it like that, but it's like the first thing that I get in my head from that. That is the annoying thing. I gotta take the Kelby Horn quest, I believe. This game box is literally a meme. This game box? Which game box? Oh, you mean the game boxes on the market? Yeah. We had also a couple of salesmen back in the day in those German markets, and they want to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they tried to fake out some rare Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and that was awful. The Call of Dudu Advanced Poo Poo box is a meme. Ah, I see. I gotta be honest, I'm not much into the meme culture anymore because my work started and I can't really dig into new memes. I'm more of an old classy memer in that way. I'm apologizing for my not understanding and knowledge about all the memes in history. Which is not an excuse for a gamer like me not knowing any meme, but yeah, you know, I gotta be honest. I think I could actually change my bowgun here. Actually. Nope. Is it that gun, my pellet gun? Yeah, that's my pellet gun. Cannot shoot crack, that's bitch. Is this bad for a health condition? Not really. I mean, memes are fine and funny and all that thing, but it's nothing that really gives you, like, I don't know, a long time joke you can tell everybody. For example, I'm working in a shift with a lot of, like, men, and how are you going to make a joke or a conversation with memes? They barely understand memes. They don't call them even memes, they call them meme or something like that. I can't even read them properly. I gotta be honest, as a gamer or like a nerd in that way, it's pretty hard to interact with like older people. I gotta be honest with that. I wouldn't say it's a no meme cancer. It just doesn't. It's a thing that I'm not really. Not that I don't need it, but it's like not needed. It's nothing bad or good either. It's just. It's a culture that is existing for me, and sometimes I got some new memes, especially like the more like the more famous ones, I gotta say. They're also very separated like versions or like variations of memes. They're like dank memes, like I don't know, dark memes. There's a lot of like just funny memes and stuff. There's a lot of different cultures. I'm not very liking dank memes. I think they're like sometimes too loud or just too absurd, to be honest. There are sometimes funny on back in the day on Forsen stream, but that's like basically it. I was never a big dank memer by myself. Oh, for JoJo, if you wanna install this emulation, be prepared for installing the controller settings. They're a little bit rough to do, but if you need any question or like anything's answered, please feel free to follow the Discord of mine, and we can get definitely some exchanging informations about emulating and downloading it properly. I just recently did this version of the game and just finished the playthrough, and my information are kind of fresh, so that's the best time to get some information back and forth, for sure. I wouldn't really like consider myself being like a sort type of memer or something. I can sometimes pull off like interesting, like okay Monster Hunter memes, I suppose. Well, I could stop gunning actually, but I also want to gun. Motherfucker. Why is your bow with a Legiacrus head? Because the Legiacrus barrel is actually pretty good for pierce shots. I wanted to hit the head, but it's not that easy. And they die before they get KO'd, I bet. The reason is because I have a Legiacrus head is basically that I can choose from different components for my bowgun, and that's why it looks so mixed up, I guess. I guess I got the things like that, but I barely get that. Just warm pelts all the time. Maybe I can just try to knock it out. Yeah, the reason why I did a gunning only playthrough is the way how gunning works in this game is very specific. To say it in a short way, you can make your own gun, basically. Which means, I think I can't KO them. Even with the bowgun hits. You can basically create your own bowgun in this game. They made a very, like, new system that works like you have the opportunity to pick a barrel, a stock, and a frame for your bowgun. And you can combine them as you like and get different stats for each component. So it's basically making a complete new armor set with a weapon of yours. Which is a very interesting thing. Why I took that as a challenge is, it is kind of like an interesting mechanic to get into. It's not that easy. But it's a very huge pleasure because it gives gunning even more depth than it usually would be. I thought it would be a good thing to do a gunning only playthrough for Try specifically. Because of that reason. I have a little bit of an idea thing that I want to do in terms of streaming. So I basically want to play all weapons in a playthrough in the course of my stream. So I have a bunch of weapons still left. I might gonna retry some weapons too, because I think they have a very unique feature in some games, and I want to just explore or like just to expose them for some people that doesn't know. For example, portable third gun lance is very specific. I want to do an insect glaive or charge blade solo playthrough also. I think I want to go for a GU playthrough also. I did a Copium mod playthrough. I have to go back to that in sort of time, but I don't really feel like GU currently. And so on and so on. We did already a bunch of weapons. I did portable third dual blades, for example. I did bow in 3D Midnight, which is my most watched VOD on YouTube. People really liked that playthrough because it was very educational in terms how bow works in this game. I also thought people liked my information spreading so much and sharing in this playthrough so much. I tried to do a bow gun or like a bow video guide for 3D Midnight, and yesterday and the day before I downloaded a couple of editor programs for myself and trying myself out to video editing. Um, so, I'm currently, this is a little bit of a slice of life thing currently. Um, I'm currently with an argument with my job. Because it seems like I have not a really good stress level currently, and I made a choice for myself that I want to not lose the focus on one of my two sides of my life, which is the work side and the stream life that I have. So what I want to do is find something in between. So I want to basically still continue streaming, but I want to do also additional content for the people on YouTube, and some content I always wanted to do, which is educational Monster Hunter content. Like tips and tricks, guides, progress guides, and all those things keep getting in my mind. So it's not about the lack of ideas I have, it's about the lack of technical knowledge how to do these editor program thingies. And I downloaded the program already, I did some takes already as fun to see how it works and how it will how you do this. But I still keep on being like experimental with that, because I wanna have a clean quality in video, in voice in those videos. I wanna get a very detailed guide for bow. I think you guys just deserve that guide to get it. And that would be my first try to actually make video content on YouTube. So, besides my VODs that I just stream and just upload. That is the idea that I currently have. But good hearts and good luck and good stream, everyone. Alright, have a great time, Grenada. I wish you a wonderful day, and thank you for your participation on the stream. I enjoyed it. And have a great time, wherever your journey leads to. Yeah, so I think the video editing thing would be something that would take a little bit of like work to learn the entire thing and how to make this like happen. But I think it will be worth it for me as I always wanted to try this kind of thing out. I did this in very young age. When Hearthstone came out, I was a Hearthstone pro, and in esports even though, and I made some guides on Hearthstone, but in a very cheap quality. But on Hearthstone you can do that, because back in the day people sucked up your content in Hearthstone. It doesn't matter what you post as long as it's educational and you explain shit. But I didn't really get along with Hearthstone, and the esport community on Blizzard is just garbage, to be honest. And the payments you get as professional gaming is just not worth it for me. I wasn't one of the big professionals back in the day. I just was a regular... I was a legend player in Hearthstone, but not like, you know, like the greatest player all time. There was somebody that is currently also streaming Hearthstone. He is a great guy, and I learned a lot from him. Shoutouts to Thais. Yeah, but my career on streaming started on Hearthstone, actually, and ended up with it really quickly. I streamed about like 2 months straight up. Not in each day, but I streamed 2 months, and then I just deleted the channel. That was my first streaming experience that I got. Besides that, I just did like reviews on my channel and like just some additional gaming. Nothing very like spectacular. I had 3 videos back in the day on my YouTube channel that were amazingly watched. I mean, the difference between the views were amazing. My casual playthrough on the DLCs had like 100 and 200 views, and my guide videos have like 10,000 views or like 20,000 views. People love those content. Hey Ikriwa, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. And the thing that I did on those videos is just... I was basically opening up my deck menu And on each card I said something, why I use this card in particular. Do I have cards in exchange and all those things. I was basically doing a deck guide video with my voice, and those guides weren't really long, but people like to watch them because they weren't not that long, which was one of the key things about those videos. I apologize for my bad English today. I think I didn't speak English in the last 3 days, and I have to get back to it. But that was my start point of being interested into streaming. I took a long while after to realize if I should go streaming again and what to stream. And I lost the interest into Hearthstone. I lost the interest into League of Legends too. And I came up with the mindset that I want to stream something that I appreciate, that I also know a lot of shit from. And I wanted to stream in a community that isn't too big. And the reason for that is, even with my very low amounts of followers that I got from my Hearthstone streams, there were a lot of like douchebags there, actually. And what I did on my streams all the time is blending out my rank. The reason wasn't that people couldn't see what kind of rank I am. The reason was that people couldn't stream snipe me, so they doesn't know which rank I am, so I can play every time I want to. And stream sniping in Hearthstone is really big. It's really big. If you're a famous streamer in Hearthstone, you get fucking sniped every fucking game, and it's annoying. That's why a lot of like Hearthstone pros doesn't do it on their main account, because they lose how is it called? Professional coins or professional points in their ranking. And that's why they stopped doing that. To take that thing in the end, that was the main reason why I didn't do that. And also the other reason was that I got much less trolled because of that. And when people asked, like, what kind of rank are you? I always said I'm a legend player in between the 100 and 200 seat places. And I'm playing currently in those ranks. That was already enough for a lot of people to not stream snipe me anymore, because they knew they would never get into my hubs. Which is no flex at that point, like really not. But it's, it sounds very high. And back in the day in Hearthstone, that was really hard to get to the top 100s. Currently, you just play the best deck in the game and just steamroll or everywhere. The first rank up to 10 is easy, and then you go up to Legend, which is not a problem. If you know how to play Hearthstone in a certain way. Which is, in my opinion, not a difficult card game to play overall, but it's about like knowing your limits a lot. And if you play a certain deck type a lot, you get really very quick to that. How much can I do in a turn to not waste my mana on each turn and all those things? Like, you learn by doing it. And I gotta be honest with you, I played a fuck ton of Hearthstone when it came out. Yeah, I wanted to keep my content live still, because I had bad moments with stream delay back in the day. I had basically people, every time that happens every time in Hearthstone back in the day, when a new DLC came up, and there are a lot of new cards. And people are sometimes not patient. They go into a Hearthstone stream and type, what do you think about this card? For example, do you know how often I got questioned, how good is Dr. Boom? It's a card in Hearthstone. It's a broken card. And the basic answer that every Hearthstone player that has kind of like an idea how this game works would just say, Dr. Boom is a broken card. It's a legendary card. That's really good. It is a 7 mana card for 7 attack and 7 health and has a skill that is just devastating. He spawns 2 bombs. They have 1/1, so 1 attack and 1 health. And if they die, they explode on some area field on your opponent and do a damage between 1 and 4. That in return is crazy in Hearthstone. And it was an annoying question. It was so annoying I did a freaking an auto command for those questions. So every time when somebody types Dr. Boom in the chat, there was basically popping off this Autobot thing that's saying this card is broken. Enough said. Yeah, and because a lot of people get angry on that, and I just got the question 3 minutes delayed, and then people were like, "Why are you so rude?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the question is just very easy to answer that." I mean, I was also very impatient back in the day. Right now, I would say I'm way more patient, and I can take people's I wouldn't say stupid questions, because a wise guy said once there are no bad questions, there are only shitty answers. That has some sort of a truth on it. But I gotta say that some questions can be stupid. And I'm not ordering for stupid questions now. That's that. I hope I get the golden fishes in time. I really hope. Competition is something very difficult in certain things. I was never a good competition guy in terms of FPS games or MMORPGs or MOBAs. I hate League because of their competitive League. One of the main reasons why I don't like League is basically the competition that is around the game. People can't play this game for fun. And because other people couldn't do it, I couldn't do it either. So I tried to try hard in every game in League, even normal games, and I couldn't take them for fun. And the toxicity level in League of Legends is unmeasurable. It's just... If you never touched League of Legends, good luck, or good thing, you didn't miss anything. Anything important. I started League on the Glory Golden Days on Season 2 at the beginning. That was the best, couple of best seasons ever. I think Season 2 to Season 6 were really good. And after that, when Riot Games changed their partners from a American competitor, or American company into a Korean company, the entire game dipshits really quickly. And that was something that I hoped never to get, that a company change would actually change the game so much. But League of Legends currently is just an awkward type of game. I am not criticizing people that are playing League of Legends. If you appreciate the game, sure, all cool. As long as you're appreciating a video game, I have nothing to say about that. Even Hello Kitty Island. If you like Hello Kitty Island, it's totally fine for me. It's just not the game for me. But I can understand... Motherfucker, I thought the other guy had eaten the bait. You play to suffer? I don't know if I would say it in those words. I mean, either you download League of Legends to play TFT, which is a game mod that is pretty fun, but it's a copied version of Dota Auto Chess, which is in my opinion way more nostalgic to me. I love Auto Chess. Auto Chess is one of the greatest game mods that I ever played. And the reason that they didn't develop it quicker enough was sad, in my opinion. And it got basically overrolled by freaking League of Legends. It is kind of sad that between 3 months of Auto Chess having the biggest peak of players and Riot instantly posting a threat to release a similar game, and the entire audience of Dota and League just swapped over to League of Legends, and there was not other players basically playing Auto Chess now. Even in the like weakest ranks ever, you see the same people in the in the game all the time, which is something very annoying. I can tell you that. Sometimes you have some friends in the higher ranks where you can talk with and like banter. But I gotta say, overall, I like the diversity to have different people as an opponent. In Hearthstone, when I was high ranked, that was just annoying to deal with. You play it because your family doesn't love you, so you need to find an outlet for anger and angst. I don't know. League is a... It wasn't that bad back in the day. I gotta be honest with that. League was way better back in the day. It was way slower. It was way more strategically. People didn't know shit about anything. They just played what they liked to play and tried to learn the game, basically. But all started to be differently when people did content on those videos. So, what the fuck? So, I'm sorry for that. As people started to open up their minds and like making content on YouTube about League of Legends, how to do certain strats and stuff, that confused the entirety of the League of Legends community. No. All good, Akira. I'm sorry, that's why I said that. I'm sorry, just hold on. I just don't want to let that happen again. I don't even know why it did that, but it did that, and that's not cool. Okay, I can't let that off. Okay. Anyway, penis? Okay. We did a penis joke again. Well, seems like we have to get another golden fish bait, but I don't have it. Let's reset the area again. So people got different opinions from different streamers, and it is kind of false to be a silver or gold player and have the mindset of a challenger player that wants to contest high level play in solo queue. It doesn't make sense. You're a solo queue player. Play like a solo queue player. Nobody can hurt you because you're playing like solo queue style. That is nothing to be negative about. The only thing that I hate about people when they got some pro game ideas, like, hey man, dude, I just saw this pro player and he's playing this champion on support that is supposed to be an AD carry. That is the best idea ever. And everybody knows, like, from common sense, the pro player played on a Smurf account, so he doesn't care about losing, and trolled in the rank, just to see you can beat the game with some essentials to hold back. So, he tried his same thing out, and he lost the game for us. Which is another thing on League that I hate. Back in the day, it was more like, yeah, you can carry on a game solo if you're good enough. But the good enough thing now is not you're 50, 100 elo points better than your rank. It's about you need at least 3 leagues better. So you can carry a gold or diamond game very good when you're diamond, like gold or silver game when you're diamond or something. And playing your main champion, of course. But in other things, it's not very that possible. What settings do you have to make the game not very pixelish? You can basically put that on the graphic settings. You can adjust them as high you want to. I have currently, I think I have 9020 resolution, and it runs on not 4K. You can possibly do in 4K, but this is something you can just test out, basically. It doesn't hurt too much. Unless you see your computer is like smoking or burning. Then you should probably turn it down, but yeah, you can get that. No, it's not an HD pack. It's in the emulator in it. That's pretty cool about it. I think I got a bunch of small golden fishes already, but I need to deliver 3 golden fishes. 3 big guys. Reset again. No worry. All good. Love to help. Yeah. The entirety of the League community got more and more toxic because people know something about something and wants to put that on your face every time you do something wrong. Especially junglers. And I'm a jungler, by the way, in League. I was a jungle support guy. So bad roles for someone that doesn't like to cooperate with people that are stupid. I gotta be honest in that. But I like the 2 roles because how they work in the game. They were very specific. Just to name out some things about League, which is maybe not something that is like, you know, known or not. I came to the conclusion to stop League basically when I realized that the entirety of ELO ranking system is a huge dick size comparing among friends and people, and this was something that disgusted me a lot. In Monster Hunter, you don't have that. If I'm a G rank or like a master rank and you're in high rank, we can't just do the same quests because you're just too low. But I can still play with you and help you out if you want to. Not that I'm much of a carry your ass out of the League people. Because I think one of the most fun things in Monster Hunter to do is progress through a rank and get a higher rank and getting stronger while you progress through the game. I think this is something essential to the game that I would never take. But League of Legends progressing in ELO is just not the thing. The game tells you nothing how to get better in the game. They have a stats system that basically spits out a rank how you performed into the game that is barely like representing how worth it you were in the game for your team against the enemy. Did you do your job great? The only thing they do is like count your stats. Like, you can be the best guy in the world because you have like a 400 stat-wise. And you basically did nothing by just killing 4 people and then AFK. And you still get the best rank in the game possible. Doesn't seem to be logic to me. I don't know. There are also a bunch of characters in League that are... Since I started to League of Legends, they're still existing in this game, and they're dipshit broken. Like, some characters are just not fair to play against. There are a handful, not a handful, there are a bunch of characters in different positions that are just annoying to play against. Sometimes a character can be annoying, but you can play around his kid, right? And there's a champion, you can do whatever you want, you can play around his kid. And this is something very different. And this happened to League a lot. They make characters sometimes out of nowhere, and they're stupidly broken. I never played broken champions, to be honest. I never did that. I don't know we have like League of Legends people here. But I can assure you I didn't play a broken champion. I played good heroes, but not broken. By far not. But that's about that. This is the thing about like nice solitude in Monster Hunter. You just can't progress. Be happy with life. If you're stuck in the game, you can try to get over it and all those things. Always, everything is up to you. He was He was a very careful biter. But I got you still, you son of a fish. I just have that in mind. I just wanted to let that out. The League of Legends conspiracy. The dramatic call of League. You might think, why did I choose Monster Hunter and not other games? Like, I had also other games that I played. Why didn't I choose Dark Souls? Or Soulsborne games overall? Or why didn't I choose Crash Bandicoot? And then I kind of like got back into my mind and thinking, well, how many good memories do you have with Soulsborne or Crash games? And which game had give you more fun enjoyment things? And I realized that Monster Hunter always gives me kind of like the hook to get back to it over and over again. And I never got to the thinking that it's a bad idea to go back to this game. I once did that to League. I stopped League for like 1.5 years. I got back to League and it didn't change nothing. The same heroes were broken than before. There were barely any changes to the entire into the entire roster that were great in certain elos. I can tell you that I wasn't a bad League player. Considering about the entirety of the people that play rank, I was one of the top 15%, which is still a lot of players in terms of how many people play League. I was a gold 1 to 2 guy, which is not the highest rank in the game, for sure. There are a million ranks upward. But I also don't think that I'm great in the game, like, don't get me that. But that was the highest rank that I could achieve without losing my brain cells. Anything after that would be just providing me to lose brain cells. And I like my brain cells. They keep me through the time. You know, they're helping me to think. Why are the sharpness so bad on those weapons? Spyro Spear, not that bad to be honest. Gayasp. Ahoy. Not bad. Doesn't look that bad, to be honest, this weapon. I know this one gets to the Rathalos one. I'm definitely gonna play Sword and Shield in this game. I like Sword and Shield in this one. Maybe even Longsword. Maybe I get Longsword also a try. I think it is worth it to do so. And this weapon is just great. This exactly weapon is great. And I need something to beat Legiac Cross more consistently, for sure. Oh, red coral stones, sure. Let me get back to my gathering set, and so we can gather faster a little bit. Are there any other games that I like to play? In terms of what I like about games, it's also it's a little bit similar to my music taste. I have a very odd, changing music taste. I think I might be the worst guy to do a playlist for you. If my playlist would be a pizza, it had everything in one pizza and in different corners. It had like, I don't know, beef and chicken. It has creamy sauce on it. It has some vegetables on it. It has everything. It wouldn't be a pizza, it would be a calzone. Just opened up. Just too much of everything. It's very often to me in certain musics that I like one particular title. Everything else, bleh. But that one title jamming. In games, it's pretty similar. The only game that I like so far is in one go is Monster Hunter. And the same I have with one band of mine, which is a German rock band. A alternative rock band, to say it in that way. They call themselves alternative, but I think they're not alternative. But I'm a big fan of those bands. I also hear other music. I can say I hear rock, I hear hip hop, I hear reggae, I hear drum and bass, I hear whatever I want to. How my mood is kind of like. Currently, I'm in a metal phase. I like metal. Metal is just... It's good for de-stressing after work. What I do when I drive away from my workshop to my home again, I just sit in my car and make that music box jamming loudly. Basically, my ears are barely keeping the sound. But man, metal is so good for de-stressing. I'm one of those persons that can de-stress on metal. I think there are people also that can't do this. Which is arguably, but I can understand that totally. Totally understand that. Bring out anything here. That's a perfect stream for the current time. I just want to chillax a little bit. We get to the hunting later on for sure. But I want to do those quick quests real quick, and then we go back to hunting again. I want to maybe change to another weapon. Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna hunt some Royal Ludras and Kuropakos with the gun, and then I take some other weapons to beat other monsters. I could make a Kuropako and Ludroth weapon to kill Giginox or Uragan. Uragan, maybe. Not that I can make something very, like, good on that. I think Aknaktor has some good weapons for us. Be happy now, but your life is over now.
Alright.
Feeling like the Terminator. Hasta la vista, baby. But yeah, I want to definitely get back to video editing. I want to get to a better performance into this. My dream is to make my first video guide on 3D Midnight and see how it pops out. I am not, like, expecting incredible results. I try my best to post and spread the information as much as I can, but I'm not, like, hoping that I get, like, crazy audience because of it. Since it's a very old game and probably not up to date. But I always thought to do like such things. By the reason that I think there are no contents out there that do it properly in my thinking. Which is not saying that I want to be the best guide maker ever. I mean, that would be a cool achievement to have as a goal. But, Jumbo Pearl noise. But video editing was always something I want like to do. I always keep like getting in my imagination and just think like, okay, how would you cut that video? How would you like greet your people to the video, and how would you explain certain things? And these are little things that I play with to learn how to speak English and describe or explain things in proper ways. Um, I think this is something that I would love to do also in YouTube. What I would do is, I would make a script how to actually tell things. And on each script, I do like certain, how do you say that? Like certain sections, like introduction, overall lore to the weapon, overall like buff to the game that now we do the guide for, um, and then like speaking about the fundamentals or basics of the weapon. What is a bow? What can it do? What type of weapon is it? How versatile is it? How beginner friendly it is? These would be things that I would include in those guides. It's not particularly a newbie guide, but I try to make the video in certain sections so people, if they are a newbie and they just want to quickly learn the weapon, how to build and all those things, I do like sections in those parts, and I gonna say something about that. The other thing would be people that want more into the deeps of bow, like the tactical ways, or maybe just progress in their certain rank, like high rank or G rank or whatever, or low rank even though. And I try to get closer and closer. I open up the topic bow in a very huge like range and try to get closer and closer to the center of knowledge I have, into the end of core, which is basically the core essence of knowledge that I have about bow, which is basically tips and tricks and matchup comparisons, and usability in speedruns and all those things. So about the speedrun thing, I still have to think, okay, is this really a good thing for a video or a guide? I don't know if people really get interested into that, especially in such an old game. I think it's better to just speak out core information about the bow. And I think if my video hits like a certain range of likes or something, and I see people liking those videos, I try to do the same thing for the other weapons in 3D Night or Try or whatever. I don't know, we will see. I could also do a For You Charge Blade guide. I think there are some people that did that. Like Gaijin Hunter did really good guides, I gotta be honest. But I would also do other weapon like guides. I did for fun a For You Switch X guide once, on stream, and posted it on my as a highlight video on my Twitch account. I think it's still there. I just did it just for fun. Was casually speaking about Switch X and stuff, and somebody was asking me about how... Did you finish God Eater? Not yet. I don't want to play God Eater today, Sinner. And welcome by the way. I wanted to do some try chilling, ending up some village quests, and taking a little bit of a chill time today. How about you? How are you feeling, man? How is life? I maybe could also do a poll in my Discord about the videos I can do properly and you guys being interested into. Like, Banes, I liked your progression on Monster Hunter Try in gunning, but how can I improve my progress in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate or whatever? Can you make a video about that? Why not? I think I can definitely spare some information there. Did you finish God Eater, Bane? Sorry, got a link open. I didn't finish God Eater yet. I am in Lindo's arc. If that might say something to you, I'm on difficulty 10, which is very far in the game, but not the highest level yet. I need to grind now in God Eater, but I don't really feel like God Eating today. I feel like more monster hunting. So, we beat rank 1, rank 2, and now we have to beat rank 3, which is basically a herbivore egg quest, which is a fairly simple quest to do, actually. It seems like there's a couple of egg quests running around here. And then we have the dangerous urgent quest to do. Alright. Time for changing back to my egg armor. I have an egg armor, by the way. Fun thing is. Okay. For all the people out there who wants to make a very easy time on those egg quests, I gotta show you how to do it in the speedy, fast, and efficient way. Will you buy any games on Halloween? Why should I buy exactly games on Halloween? Is there something up to that, like a discount? If there is, I kinda like lost the discount thing on God Eater 3 Steam Fest. When God Eater 3 is for cheap, sure, I'm gonna buy that one. Anything else? I don't know. Maybe. I don't have a game in my mind I want to have right now. It's vegetable and freaking milky. And you don't like it. My character doesn't like healthy food. He's liking to drink the booze and freaking meat. Drinking meat or like eating meat and drinking like alcohol. That's more the vibe of my character. But exactly buying games now, I don't really have a game I want to have. I got an interest in for a game that my friend that I called earlier about also is interested in too. And I see this as a major opportunity to get back with him and playing some video games with a good Monster Hunter. I hear from that game it's a huge opponent or rival to Monster Hunter. Very interesting. It's called Wild Hunts, I believe. It's coming out in the next year in the time of March. And it should be similar to Monster Hunter. I am excited about that game. It looks way more representing than Dauntless, for sure. So yeah, I want to hit it up. I want to see the game. If I like more than if I like certain things more than Monster Hunter is to compare with other games that try to be Monster Hunter, which I kind of like regretted on God Eater because it's actually not a clone. It shares the similar time or like similar like genre, but it's a completely different game. Just the genre is the same. God Eater plays fairly differently to Monster Hunter. Ready or not, here I come. I am not sure again where those eggs are. Oh, they're here, right? They're just protecting with their booty. But I am a very nasty little hunter. Yep. Let's go this way. The key to success in those egg carrier quests is this skill, Transporter. And I can just recommend everybody that has problems with those quests, which is a certain thing that can happen. It did to me too. To use this armor set skill. Because it makes things way more less comfortable. Way more less problematic, not it doesn't make it bad, it makes it more reasonable. I know egg carrying back in the day was a chore to do. Up to the very thing you get this armor skill, it's nothing. I basically wasted 3 lunchtime breaks on how to route Powderstone quest for my Monster Hunter 100% routing. And I gotta be honest, it wasn't fun. I had so many things that I get in my mind that I just said to me, why do I do this again? Why did I get that idea? There are a lot of things I question about Monster Hunter, but who is the guy that drops the freaking rocks into the gateways in Act Delivery quests? Now I can go to the left? No. Okay, we go straight to Area 3. So they want us to go to 4, 3, 2, 1 then, I assume. Taking an unnecessary long way than usual. Okay. Basically plastering the map with, like, cats and rhinoploses. Okay. These are the exact 2 types of monsters that are not hard to dodge. You can only get hit by a rhinoplose with an egg when you not care about their charges. And you don't look at your stamina. Which you don't have to do with a Mega Dash juice for sure. Have you played Borderlands? I didn't play Borderlands. And the reason for that is I suck at FPS games. Not that I'm entirely not interested into Borderlands. It's a nice RPG game and I see a lot of people liking it. But I think Borderlands 2 is like the last release of this game. And I'm kind of like want to play the... Okay, there's also a pathway not available for us. And I would like to play the older Borderlands game too, but I think people wouldn't recommend me to do that. They said basically, Borderlands 2 is the way to go. Don't care about the first game. But nope, I didn't play it. My FPS gaming skills are horrible. The only game I can probably shoot things is Monster Hunter because the target is bigger than a truck. I mean, if you're interested in FPS games with role-playing mechanics, which is pretty unique to Borderlands as much as I know, it has very good cooperation systems with people, with friends, when you have friends with you that plays Borderlands 2. I don't know if there's a random mechanic for Borderlands, so you can match up with, like, randoms. I don't know how active this game is played now, but, I hear good things about Borderlands. It's not a shitty game, for sure. It's a great one. Definitely a thumbs up on my side. I just didn't test it out by myself. One of the things that I get called out from Twitch chat back in the day was, I like Soulsborne games, but I never played Bloodborne before. And people recommended me to play Bloodborne, and I'm like, are you not way too overhyping Bloodborne? In some case, I was getting a little bit annoyed about that topic. And then I said, okay, you know what, Twitch chat? I'm gonna buy Bloodborne, and I'm gonna play it on stream, and see how it works. And man, it's a long time ago I appreciated a game so far than Bloodborne. I hope it's getting ported into another console, like for the PC or something. And I hope Bloodborne 2 will also see the light in some time. That would be amazing. I think Bloodborne and Ghost of Tsushima are the last 2 games that I played that were completely new to me. Anything else was a replay, or we played the previous version of the game. from Twitch that I just streamed. I played also Capsule Monsters, but I think people doesn't really like that content, so I just keep it from my, you know, for my own gaming fun. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also a very specific genre. Not that I think that people doesn't like Yu-Gi-Oh!, but it's hard to explain certain things in Yu-Gi-Oh! We could also do that. All the masks. Have you played the old NFS games? NFS? Ah, Need for Speed, is it right? Need for Speed? I hope that's right. I also talked about National Football Soccer or something like that, but I think NFS is Need for Speed, right? Yep, okay. I played personally only 2 Need for Speed games. It's Need for Speed Most Wanted, and I played Need for Speed Carbone or Need for Speed 2. I think that was Need for Speed Carbone. Where you can literally build a Ford Mustang that is basically steamrolling everything. Such a heavy car, but it's so fast. Need for Speed is a good casual game. I like that. It's a cool game. It's not much of my game genre overall, but it was coming up to a time that Need for Speed just had a glory thing, and I can't miss that. I love Need for Speed Most Wanted. That was cool. Those chase hunts, or like those you know, driving away from the police, crashing everything. Any Lego games? Oh, Lego games. I don't want to criticize anything. But for me, Lego games were always supposed to be for kids. Which is no downgrading, really not. I never touched a Lego game. That's the core thing I want to say. But I always thought that would be for kids. Like, oh, you can't play Battlefront because it's for 12 years old. So you buy your kid a Lego game and it can play the Star Wars series there. And have some fun time. I know the Lego games are very cool and very fun to do. They're also amazing in speedruns, by the way. But I never got in touch with the Lego games. Because most of the franchise I think they represent are not franchises that really dig deep into it, to be honest. I'm not much of a Star Wars guy. Not that I hate it or think it's bad or anything, but I just not being really interested into Star Wars. Star Wars was just not my thing. You know what is a question that I oftenly get in work? When parents try to get their kids new video games, they ask me what I would recommend them to buy. And do you know how often I get like that topic? Like I have a colleague of mine that walks up to me and is like, "Hey yo man, my little boy wants something for Christmas, and he is thinking about a certain video game. Can you recommend it for him?" And I'm like, if he's interested into the game, why you don't buy it? Well, it's not for his age. I'm like, okay, age is a thing you should take care of, but some games are not really that much needed for age. Like, kids understand certain things. So, I wouldn't let my kid play, how to lighten up things. No. Oh, the funny story is, so my colleague was asking, yeah, my kid wants to play a certain game, but it's for 16 years old. So it's for a mature audience. And like, what kind of game he is playing? Well, normally he plays something like Fortnite and that things, and he is interested into Elden Ring. Should I buy him Elden Ring? And I'm like, okay, do I want to ruin the kid's life and see if he can bring up a tough challenge? Or is it like, no, he is not 16, he shouldn't play the game because he probably not understand how the game really works. And I'm like, he's playing Fortnite and like, what kind of other games he's playing too? Like, did he play something similar to Elden Ring? And he's like, yeah, you know, my kid just watched that streamer and he wants to play Elden Ring now. I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's, first of all, it's not bad to have that. How to light this thing up? Can I light up that thing up even though? I gotta be honest, the light mechanics in this game are really cool made up. I don't know how to do that. To the case of recommending Doom for someone, I would never recommend a video game of mine that I never played by myself. That would be just stupid. I mean, I didn't play Borderlands, but I know it's good. It has great reviews, and I have friends of mine that played Borderlands. So I can tell you it's a good game in certain things of that. To make that topic clean, alright? I played Elden Ring for myself. I like Elden Ring a lot. But I don't know if I would recommend it to someone that is 12, 13 years old, barely has any game knowledge for Soulsborne games, and it's a tough franchise to dig in, so I don't know if this is the best thing for a kid. I mean, as a kid I was unstoppable. I could play whatever I want to. I want to beat that game. I was a game finisher kid back in the day. Dark Souls are not going down. Want to play the OG Souls? You mean Demon Souls, or do you mean Kingsfield? Because OG is a very stretchable thing to say. Kingsfield was the actual first game of the Soulsborne series. It was at least the first game that tried to be a Dark Souls game. It's from the same developers. But it was way older, and it's fresh made up on Demon Souls back in the day. By the way, fun fact, Demon Souls is one of my first PS3 games I played. And it's the greatest PS3 game I ever touched. No shit. Demon Souls is probably the best PS3 game for me personally. I know a lot of people might say like God of War 3 has way better rewards. I never touched the God of War series. This is another sad thing I gotta say. I'm actually kind of get dragged to play God of War. I'm currently watching a lot of like game movie things on God of War, but I don't know if I should stream it also or just play it casually for me. But it's God of War is, for a lot of people, one of the best series that was ever created. And I can understand that to to a very high degree. Dark Souls, but Dark got its mainstream price. You mean Dark Souls is like overpriced? Or what do you mean with that? Aw, you little annoying piece of raptor. Yeah. I don't think that Dark Souls is an overpriced game, to be honest. Ah, Dark Souls got the game mainstream. Okay, that's what you want to call it out. I think Dark Souls is also the most known of those Soulsborne games. Even the name is Soulsborne because it started with Demon Souls and goes along that way. But okay, not going down. Yeah, it's a pretty consistent game, to be honest. I think people just liked it still the very day. It's a great franchise with a lot of deep lore in between it, which I barely understand because the game has a very unique way to tell you the lore. So it's basically you playing the game through and then like, okay, what kind of guy made a lore explanation video? Dark Souls here is 5k. You mean like 5,000 people are playing Dark Souls 3 now? Or like 5k? Is this like a currency? I know Dark Souls 3 would probably cost between 40 and 50 euros now here in Germany. Which is still a good price for a fairly old video game. Light up cave in Area 5. 5 grand money? 5k money? 5,000? Wow. I mean, I don't know what kind of currency you have there in your country. So I can barely say how much it is, like, in euros. Rupees. Ah, okay. Rupees. I don't know the current translation between euro and rupees. Gotta be honest with you. I'm also not even knowing about euro and dollar. This is something that is way more showing up in Germany to compare. Don't have that. Give me Popo tongue, you bish. Game keeps getting mad at me. Mother trucker. I can't stop the game, right? Otherwise I would quickly look that up for myself. Oh, okay, hello, my friend. Yeah, how to... I don't know how to lighten up a cave here. Giginox or Kazu? Tough question. Overall saying, I don't like both monsters. In the way how they are being created. I hate the fact that they reproduce Giginox not that much than Kazu. But I think I like both monsters for a different reason. I like Giginox more of his aesthetics, but his fight is horrible. Giginox's fight is not my most favorite one. About Kazu, it's nearly the opposite. He doesn't look that great, and his fight is barely better than Giginox. Probably on the reason that he got like reverted a lot of the times. And it's kind of hard to make a like quote into that. I mean, right now I could just say, yeah, I like Giginox more because blah blah blah. But it's kind of like a hard thing to say. I think a new modern created Giginox would be great, to be honest. How do you light up that thing? Ah. Uh-huh. Okay. Anything more? It's a cool little gimmick in this game and I like it. It's like, cool, now we are doing... Yo! This is an old tent or something from the hunters back in the day, huh? And then they get like surprised from some sort of a monster. GG and good night, you play Borderlands with friends? I never played Borderlands again. But I hope you have fun time with Borderlands and your friends and playing with it. And I wish you a wonderful day, Sinner. Yeah, but overall tough question, I gotta be honest. Did I play? No. Frick. Bye-bye. How do you lighten this up? I don't get it. I don't really get it. Yeah, fuck off. I have the light. Oh, you don't care about the light. Fear me. I wield the fire of flames. What did I press back in the day? Ah! Okay. I press circle, but I don't have to hold the torch in my hand. It's those nice little features that people feel really nostalgic about. I can kind of understand that why people like Tries so much because of those little simple things. In Monster Hunter DOS it's kind of similar. Which is getting back to the topic about the OG Monster Hunter kind of topic, which is still something that I don't agree fully with the name of them. But I get the idea about the take of original series. More about a hunting simulation instead of a swarm monster slicing game. I get that. It's just, Monster Hunter was always more for me than just a hunting simulation or a you know, a monster hunt game to kill as many monsters as possible. It was always a game that connects mysteries, strategy, action, cool reward system in terms of making your own gear by the things you slice down. That was something that really got me into the franchise. I really loved that kind of idea in Monster Hunter. It made basically the franchise have a Hello. It created an entire franchise that is, to the very day, a pretty decent big one. Fun fact, I have enough shots to kill the Giginox. Not that I want to, but I could. I'm probably gonna kill Giginox in some time anyway. I think my overall opinion about like how much I like certain Monster Hunter games is, I think there are pros and cons on each Monster Hunter game. So depending what you like more or less, some of the games might suit you more or less. In terms of like nostalgia and a huge variety of creativity in the game, and you don't mind clunky gaming, Monster Hunter DOS is a good example of that. And there are also many other choices. That's why I make a huge science thing in recommending people certain Monster Hunter games. I don't do like giving the same answer over and over and just hope it's getting a good quote. I'm working for the good quote. That's something that I can say. 12 Earth Crystals? Damn, you gangster. I think it's time to kill some baggies now. Oh baby, time to shoot some goons. It's kind of funny when you see people getting backwards in the Monster Hunter series and playing some of the OG games back in the day, back again, and they just get annihilated by those early game monsters and say like, oh my god, why are they so tanky? The HP bar has to be humongous and stuff like that. It's just damn funny. I grow up on that shit. I basically grew up on that. Lost in blue. Lost in purple. Boom, I take that. Okay. I think the Great Baggy might show up in this quest, so I gotta give him a bullet or two. Oh, right. First victim right in front. Baggy scale. Hello, you goons. Be ready for some slaughtering. Come here. Yep, third one too. Bird Wyvern Fang, really? I mean, at least I can use this for ammunition in this game. Well, that's that. Ah. Big monster horde. Ew. Ew. Come on, I don't want to waste my bullets on random guys. Yep. Yeah, there's a reason why I pick Pellet against those guys. This playthrough that I just did is a wonderful wonderful thing to show people how perfectly fine pellet gunning is. Actually, pellet gunning is something that is super underestimated in the franchise of Monster Hunter. It has so many good use in progress. It has good matchups that are working solid for it. It's a misunderstatement for some case. Forgotten and misunderstood. The always hated pellet shot. Even in multiplayer it can work. It just requires a big monster with a very certain thing. A very big Diablos is nothing to worry about much with a pellet gunner, if he positions himself correctly. Which is a hard thing to quote on the gunner, but it can be used. And it's not that bad. Saying it straightforward. Shot those cats, shot those guys. Baggy might have also some interesting things to use. Goo, Hetchy. Goo, Hetchy again. Oh. About sneezing. I'm one of the most weirdest sneezers ever. Quote from my colleague. He said, "You made no voice with your sneezing. Why you do that? Is it like you hold back? That's unhealthy." And the thing is, I don't hold it back because I don't like to do it. It's just very, very rude to sneeze out loud in an audience. For me. So I consider not to do it. Normally when I sneeze, when I not record anything, or being with someone in a talk, or basically when I'm like casually soloing around somewhere, then I sneeze whatever I can out of my lungs. I can tell you. But yeah, for some healthy advice here, you shouldn't you should let go on with sneezing. And, you know, let everything out. This is something I can say. I hear that, when you sneeze, your head movement can reach a velocity to 120 kilometers per hour. If you give someone a headbutt with this speed, his nose would be smashed in pieces. This is something I heard from a sportsman club thingy about headbutting your opponent. Not that I get in a fight with someone and the first thing I would do is like give him a headbutt. But it's definitely something that it's okay to do in a combat. But I would not go straight with my head into someone's face in a fight. Speaking like that, it makes even less sense then. Oh yeah, we want to do a fist fight? Sure, let me take my head and just smash it in your face. Like a fucking dinosaur from the past. It's a prehistoric age. You just rammed your head, or like your skull in his face. Beautiful. I take the time to take those mining spots because we need Icium for sure. I am very certain about that. And now I got a running nose. Which can lead me to the topic of me being ill. Or more accurate to say, I'm a person that is barely ill in the course of a year. I am rarely ill like once a year. And I think the reason for that is probably when I was a kid, like a little baby boy, my mom, at least my mom told me, I was a kid that got ill and sick really quickly. Every time when the seasoning is changing from summer to autumn, I get a runny nose very quickly. Fun fact is, I still get a runny nose, but that's all. That's literally all. I never got headaches or migraines or like shockles or throwing up or puking or anything like that. I just have a runny nose. Every winter, but nothing more. Even if I hate the cold weather, I hate cold weather. I hate also extremely hot weather. Oh yeah. I lost the target of the quest. I have to kill some baggies. Yeah. But sick in that term, very rarely. Oh, what's happening now? Sneezing everywhere. Hold on for a second. I can fix that real quick. Oh, excuse me. That's what I meant with a runny nose. I have one every time the season changes is happening. from warm to cold weather. But I barely get anything different. I'm basically having a runny nose every winter. I get migraines on a very much more stupid way than just season changing. Like season changing. I get migraines because I slept too much on one side of my neck. And then I get a migraine. Because my head doesn't say, hey, your head placement on your sleeping period is pretty bad. You should stop that. No. My head thinks, yeah, sleep. And tomorrow, migraine. Yeah. Silly head. Always make life more complicated than it should be. Speaking about life and complicated stuff, I just watched yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? 2 days ago, a Bob Ross stream. And you might question, Mr. Baines, why you do that? I don't know if you guys know Bob Ross. Otherwise, shame on you. But Bob Ross is an artist. A old-fashioned artist. American artist, I believe. And he does pictures of landscapes on canvas. And they are brilliant. And he recorded himself how to paint those things in the late 80s, I think, or 90s. I think he's gone now. I think he's dead. Rip my brother. But, he made amazing art. And he tells a lot of, like, wise words or, like, good phrases for life and stuff. And I needed that for my emotional breakdown that I had, previously. I gotta be honest, Bob Ross made me think a little bit about my life and I want to do. And I came up to the conclusion that I should take the time and enjoy the things that I enjoy. And if I have to do the work, I should focus on the work and not try to do sideways. Which is the reason why I'm not gonna stream too much when I'm on work again. And I try to focus on the things that I have to focus on certain times. So I try to do a switch here. That is the conclusion that I got from that. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but at least from an experimental point, I will try this out. And hope it works on the work-life balance. And it works also for the stream growth. I also had the idea that my stream growth just sucked a couple of days ago. And I just compared my stream settings back in the day with the previous months, and I gotta say, that's not true. I made good progress, actually. It's just about when I stream in the middle of the week, of course people can't watch the stream since of time zones are a bitchy thing, and also people might also be in work and can't show my stream. Well, I can't watch my stream since they're also busy. Totally understandable point. But I'm happy to see everyone coming back to Twitch chat, and I see just like just the last couple of streams, some people that were back in the day in my stream also. I appreciate every time when someone types in chat. I also appreciating the lurkers out there, for sure. Lurkers are one of the most loyal people you have in your stream. They might not say something, but they're always there, and that's a little shout out for the lurkers. I just like you guys. You're just being amazing. It's the people that clap in silence, they laugh in silence, They criticize in silence. They are living in silence, and this is something very good. In terms of a loud way and loud work life that I sometimes have. Sometimes a thing I really appreciate. Hey Lusoren, welcome, welcome. Good to see you back. Hope you're doing Gucci. Since this is pellet level 2, it should mightily do more damage. Since those baggies are pretty tanky mother truckers, they tank a bunch of hits. But even that is not enough. Motherfucker. Because of that guy, I can't carve the left one here. We're lurking for a while now? I see, that's cool. If I appreciate the lurkers, it doesn't mean that I wanna, like, you pop off of the chat. I mean, it's your decision at the end of the day. But don't feel like forced to type anything about lurking or something. I just appreciate the people what people do in my chat, and that's all okay. But since you're here now, how are you doing, man? You having a good day? That's good to hear. I have also a nice day so far. I would say I have a good day. I think that day is getting to the end, and it's a very respectful day. I got back in contact with an old friend of mine. I think we're getting to skating. Oh, he typed something. Hold on. Ah, okay. Yeah, I got just recently back with an old friend of mine, and he just invited me to do skating with him, and yeah. The radio silence of 4 days. Hope it was nothing bad. The radio silence of 4 days. Oh, you mean me not streaming? The thing is, I have to start work again, so okay, another slice of life thing. I don't know if you know it or not. I'm a shift worker in a chemical plant in my real life job. And the thing is, since I am doing shift work, my shift work is getting around with turns. Which means I have to start at work on Monday to Wednesday in early shift. Which means I have to wake up at 4 a.m. and have to work to 2 p.m. in those 3 early shift days. After that, I have late shift, which means I have to work from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then I have a day free, and then 4 days of night shift, which means I have to work from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. again, or to 6 a.m. basically. And these are the turns I have, my shift turns. I have 2 of them. One of them starts on Monday, the other starts on Thursday. My personal most hated shift is early shift in the weekdays. I love early shift on weekends because it's silence. Not any goons out there that just throwing me with work. It's great. I love the weekends in my company. They're really great. It's good money. It's simple work, and it's amazing. I love the weekends. I don't mind the night shifts in the weekdays, but I hate the weekdays on early and late shift, especially early shift. I hate to wake up early. I'm a night rat, basically. I don't mind any kind of early, like late work time. I like to be staying for a long time. I mean, I do this also for stream. I mean, 24-hour streams. I mean, I did already 5 of them, and I would do another one if we reach 600 followers. Wink, wink. But, yeah, that's that. Um, and that makes streaming very complicated. Because on one thing, I can't make a stream schedule that easily. Because either if I have free time, I have to do chores in my apartment, which is a bad excuse. But also, I just lost sometimes the motivation to do a stream. And I want to always, when I stream, I want to get at least a certain good mood to it. It can change during the stream for sure. But at least on the start of the stream, I try to be convenient with the streaming. Yeah, exactly. Work and playing or streaming are two different things. And if I try to do too much besides the work days for my stream, it will hurt both things. So what I try to do now is focusing on certain things. Today, for example, I had early shift, but tomorrow is late shift. So I have a longer time today, so I can't spend time on streaming. Because only tomorrow I have to pay attention again to work, and I have to focus in that way. So what I try to do is switching between Mr. Baines on stream and work Baines. And I hope that's working for me. I tried this kind of thing. Fun thing is, now when I'm on work, I don't watch any streams. I don't look my YouTube profile. I don't look anything up. I only look them up when I get back at home and I could have time and have to do no chores. So my priority list, even it's kind of unfair to say, is in first things is private life, and then I do my shift. I know that might hurt my stream growth, but I think I try to do another way to get more stream growth. In terms of making YouTube videos. I will always also stream, but I will work on those YouTube videos while I'm on work and don't want to stream, since of chores and stuff. Because for me personally, I want to stream every time at least 4 hours when I get online, so people have the ability, or the opportunity more said, to catch me up on stream, because I think 4 hours is a decent mark. I can't stream 8 hours every day. I can't do that. I have a job to do, which is a sad thing to say, but it is what it is, and I'm a chemical operator, and I have to do the things that I have to do in my life. I mean, I could also stream 8 hours a day and quit my job, but who pays the rent, right? It's understandable. That was something that I didn't realize for me, because I was on a long time vacation. A worth it long while vacation in certain degree. I didn't go out and did something new, or experience something new. Like, I didn't really get to a long holiday journey with my girlfriend like I normally would do. But I gotta say, we will do this on the next year, for sure. I try to find a reason why my growth is so badly, and I was battling demons in my head that were there, but they were not necessary, or they were just like, I don't know, they were manageable, or maybe like that to say it like that. I don't know what to grind here, actually, to be honest. Maybe flashbacks? Yeah, it might help. So, things I love to do on stream. It's not only to show how good I am in Monster Hunter. Saying it in a very chat way. It's also about the knowledge that I love. I love the sharing thing. I love to speak with you people. Not even if there's something, like, I always do monologues, right? I talk with myself in Twitch chat. For the little glimpse of hope that I get maybe some, answers about it. Some streams are very easily. People were in talks all the time. In other streams, I'm talking very long for myself, and when I started streaming, I thought it would be stupid. You're basically talking with yourself the entire time. Like, is this something you really like? It's something different if you commentate or just flowing off with your things that you have in your head, or you talk with yourself. Talk with yourself is super cringe. Commentating is pretty hard to do. I wouldn't say that my commentary is top notch or anything, but I would guess that commentary in my stream is something that people appreciate. I also got on Twitch a thing that people have voted for something on my stream, and they were liking my passion I do on the stream. And this is something that really got me. Like, you like the passion I do on my stream? That's very cool. That's very kind. I like that thing for sure. So I want to keep that passion I have into those YouTube videos and see if I can find some things that to, you know, talk about there. Same, except your God Eater's takes, those are bad. I mean, I'm not sure which God Eater takes were like really bad. I kinda would like to know how to separate monsters in this game. And that, yeah, you're joking. Okay. I enjoy God Eater. Not wrong to, not something to misunderstand here. I just don't like or disagree with certain things that are up in God Eater here and there. And that's much about it. I don't hate the entire game. Otherwise I wouldn't play it that far, right? If I don't like God Eater for the first part, I don't want to stream it anymore. I like it, but I still wanna learn more about God Eater. I wanna get into those talks where people say, yeah, this weapon is great against those monsters. You know, that kind of topic I wanna be into too. I just found out that Hammer should be good against Cereal, but I don't know why. So probably in the next stream I give Hammer another try and see if I can see the difference between myself using certain other weapons against Cereal and then Hammer. There are things on God Eater I actually like more about than Monster Hunter. Actually. But overall, I have to say still, I'm a Monster Hunter enthusiast and I like this franchise just way too much to give it up on a God Eater. I gotta be honest at that. But God Eater is a great game. Overall. Diao's Peter? There's not much to tell about it. It's just a very bad fight. It's just a very bad fight. It doesn't feel that comfortable to me. It's probably one of the most shittiest monsters I ever encountered in the entirety of my Monster Hunter career. / God Eater career, which is not a long career, but... It's a very rough thing. It is just very exhausting and annoying how quickly and fast this guy is, and he hits like a damn truck with his velocity. Okay, you open up the Plaziov topic. Plaziov is a monster that has certain things with it. But let's get to the point here real quick. You're probably mentioning the hip check. Like everybody does that. The hip check is a move that is... If I would be an asshole, and I would say, if you don't like Plaziov, you have a skill issue. Because you can't dodge hip checks. That would be something that an asshole would say. It has a flavor of truth in it, but let's be honest, the hip check is a bad move in some cases. It can be really annoying to deal with it. I am agreeing with that. But overall, Plasioff has way more openings to work against him than Diao's Peter, for example. Diao's has this, like, area creating field, this electric field. You can, like, slap him once or twice, but that's about it. He has this triple charge, and all of them are nearly instant. And it's hard to block anything. Plasioff doesn't have attacks that are shitty to block. The hip check is annoying to block because of the huge recoil you get from it, but it's possible to do it. I think what people try to do oftenly is try to dodge the attack, and they miss that thing. Or what they try to do is going away from the hip check. And I can tell you that the hip check is humongously big for a hitbox. It's a very quick hitbox that flies away quickly. The dodge pattern isn't that hard. It confuses me every time when he changes between rage mode and none. That's always when he got me with the hip check. But if he sticks to one mode, I can probably learn the hip check pattern very quickly and dodge it. Fairly consistent. I would say it with certain confidence here. 99% of the moves are very ranged. Depending on your weapon, you can barely hit them without being in range. Yeah, the weapons with shields are how to get past Plasioff. Might be skill issue, but I cannot dodge its attacks for my life from me. I mean, the tail whip is annoying to dodge. I give you that. To be honest, I think the tail whip has a more annoying hitbox in terms of dodge patterns and hitting the frame than the hip check overall. Most of the time when he does the hip check, he will do a little bit of a step, like he will step in front, like step on place, and then he does the hip check. And you have a visual cue on the hip check too. The tail swing or the tail swipe, he has a cue, but not a visual cue, and that's the thing. Okay, I have to get away from the rafting here, it seems like. Disrespect! Fuck. Okay. I work a lot with visual cues and sound cues in Monster Hunter. I can barely play Monster Hunter with sound cues, to be honest. This is some nostalgic gaming, by the way. I play a lot with music and pattern-wise patterns, like dodge patterns. I'm very used to that. I wouldn't say overall the weapons with shields are a good way to go to Plasioff. You can work with a lot of weapons against Plasioff. There are different mechanics you can abuse on Plasioff. But overall, shield weapons are brain dead in the way how you fight Plasioff. Because you basically block everything until he accidentally do a water ray. But if you understand how to aggro him to do water rays way more often, and you can punish him then, that's a way more effective way for a Blade Master to punish him. And that will basically give you the opportunity to out-DPS those shield weapons too. If you ask me, one of the best weapons for me personally to play against Plasioff is Sword and Shield. Another weapon that works great also is LBG or Bow. Both of them work too, you just have to play kind of differently. But overall with each weapon he is manageable. I personally hate to fight him with a hammer or hunting horn, because his hit zones are awful. There's no Plasioff in this game here. You mean sound cues on Peter? The problem that I have with God Eater sound cues is they do the same sound over and over again for everything they do. That is the problem that I have with that. They always do this like gnarly grunting sound, and I hear that way too often. Chiyu is a great example. Every move he does the same sound. It sounds very similar. Or I might have a take here that it sounds always the same when he does attacks. I might be wrong on that code, but it feels for me like that. Oi! Barbarian Blade. Amazing. False Feline, Great Piggy, Bombardier Tomb. A level 2? Sure. Oh, hold on. Ah, okay. Now we got a couple of things we can get here. To be fair, it's your first playthrough though. It's kind of a big ask to be a master. Yeah, I mean, I should be a little bit more suited to the game, but I think God Eater is just way faster paced than Monster Hunter for me personally. Which is the thing I don't disagree with, but it's kind of hard to get into it in the first place. But I think I can learn for sure. False Feline is a mask, right, for Cha-Cha? You demand a weapon of choice now? On a gunning-only playthrough? No, it's not a gunning-only playthrough, but yeah. What is the weapon of your choice? Oh, yeah, yeah. Can I ask for a gun with the highest reload possible that you have? I mean, I know how to work around that. But, I could make a Acna frame. Okay. I should play a gun with high reload. Okay. Just for one more large monster quest? Yeah, we can work with that. So this one has a slow reload. Let's pick on that gun. What about a barrel? That shouldn't care. It just reduces some stuff. Since, you said what you said. Barrel doesn't mean anything, but what about the stock? I try to make the smallest boost of reload I have. I think I can just pick that one again. Okay. Yeah, it might be that gun, actually. What do I have now? I have a heavy bowgun with below average reload. That's pretty bad. Okay, and terrible normal shots. Okay. But I can technically shoot a lot of pellet if I want to. But then again, pellet shot, average recoil. That is the shittiest bowgun I ever had. Okay, but we can do a large monster quest. What is up now in the Mogul Woods? Sure, let's hunt the big guys. I can deal with that. I could have a look up if I can find even worse frames. Or even something with even more reload. I think the Agna Blaster has the weirdest reload here. And everything starts with small. Okay, so nothing really here to get. Unfortunately. Okay. What can this gun shoot? Basically nothing. Okay. We can work with that. Normal 2 in pellet. I mean, I did this the entire playthrough, but now we got a shitty gun to it. We got it. Can we shoot Wyvern Fire? I'm excited about Wyvern Fire. I want to see some Sleeperoo and Kaboom. I could shoot Wyvern Fire too! Yo! How can you combine Wyvern Fire 2 even though? I have no idea. But I want to do this. Wyvern Fire 2, we get into it. I wanted to test out the Wyvern Fire shot anyway. Combine. Don't we have a combi book? Well, since it's a gun, like a gunning ammo thing, we should probably see something with the husk berries. Large, maybe? Dragonfell berry, that's Dragon S. That's something we know. That is Demon Armor S. Can be trusted with friendly fire. I mean, friendly fire is something not very fair. I gotta say that. Dung S. Slicing shots. That is Trank S. How do you combine that shot? Oh, Bombberry. Okay. Shit, I don't have many Bombberries. But, we keep this little bad boy in our pouch. Just to test it out on the Great Jaggy and Royal Ludraff. I think we can do one glorious Wyvern shot, otherwise I would do more bomb berries to get more of them. But let's do some more damage. We can do one glorious Wyvern Fire. We make a good montage, Twitch chat. We just do a huge blaster in the face. I would love to do a bigger monster. But I can tell you, we won't defeat it. Huge Wyvern Fire abandoned quest. Alright, let's get along with the Moga Woods and see if we can find some cool shit. Oh wait, let's do some more damage here. Because, Unga Bunga ooh ooh ooh. I didn't forget the gun. It was Agna Blaster. Heavy bowgun. Maybe we can take another barrel, actually. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, we got that thing. Oh, we got a barbarian sword here. Not even a bad weapon. The first time in the Monster Hunter series they get a good weapon out of finishing the village quests. Literally. Technically, the Tickrax things you can get with those dark shards and Monster Hunter 3D Midnight are also cool. But this one is a straight up good weapon. Barbarian's Blade. A water longsword with good raw, decent water, okay sharpness, and 10% ethanity. And I think a slot too, so pretty good pack. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Okay, I can still fast reload pellet 1. That's good. My reload is not that horrible. I'll be playing Gunlance. Unfortunately, Gunlance isn't in this game. Okay. Oh, heavy reload on normal 2, a normal 3. Oh god. A slow reload on normal 2. Oh my god, Lusoren, you damn sadistic guy. This gun. Ah, it has deviation! No! Re! Yes! Break the face. Okay, good thing we have damage. Ah! You're welcome. It's me, sadistic guy again. Like to see the people suffer. Bonk. Ay ay ay. Ah. Pew! 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 Oi oi oi. Ay ay ay. Woo. That guy. Oh, I thought he would do a double bite, like great bag he would do. Yo, dude. Turn around to me. Oh, big aim. Okay, my aim sucks. Major big dick. Alright. Are you up for some fun? Oh, baby. Can't wait to see this. I never used Wyvern Fire in my entire life. I am very excited. But he is not sleeping. That is bad. We have to aim this now. We have to find an opening. Nah, no opening. Give me an opening, you motherfucker. Okay. That looked interesting. Okay. Okay. I expected more of a kaboom! Flames of hell are cursing around the Great Jaggy. And this is why I want damage numbers. Yeah, he didn't flinch on it, that's for sure. But I think you have to combine more of them to see how worth it really is. I expected more to happen, for sure. I give you that. For one time testing this gunshot, that's not enough. But yeah. I have to combine bomb berries anyway. It hit the tail? Yeah, it might be a body hit. I think Great Jaggy has 2 hit zones, the body and the head. They don't really have a lot of different hit zones on raptors. They don't differ from tail or claws or anything. It's basically head and body. Which is one of the reasons why raptors are pretty good monsters to practice the game to. So you see like, oh, you have a heavy hit spot on the head. Oh, cool. Cool shit. Oh yeah. Gun. Big gun, big Kuming. Royal Ludrath, not here. Alright. Alrighty. It might be that Royal Ludrath isn't here. Or he stalls with underwater combat, which would be horrible. Did somebody just jump off the water? Oh yeah, it was the normal Ludrath. Go away, you nasty goons. Wyvern fire ammo. There's a bunch of ammo types that are really interesting to use. Yep, Razor Sharp is in this game. You can get it from the Lajaya Crest armor, or you get the negative effect from the Helios armor. Overall shot types, or like overall armor skills that are good, but hard to obtain. In this game. This game is basically, I think, about a tech up. Give me a little snot. Oh, heavy bowgun and fast move. Not fast movement, I gotta say. I mean, there's no gunlets in this game in particular. There are only a handful of weapons in this game. Yes, and we broke the hat. That's nice. That's why we made the shield. I should use normal too, for sure. Oh, yeah. Ah, left deviation is annoying to fight with. Need to break the main for the quality sponge, dude. No! Not again. I still have this input detection thing in this game going on, which is super horrible to play with underwater. I don't know how to fix that in the emulator, but I assume I just have to shift some settings back. I think I just go for hook shots, like that. Yeah, I can fix that. I don't know how to do this, yeah. The frames for the shield to proc is pretty shitty. Now I would love to have a gun lance. Speaking facts. Asshole. Fuck you. That was a main flinch. That's good. Ah, man. My character does that all the time, but I don't know why it does it. Okay. Nice flinch. Time to combine some normal twos. He's definitely not ready to cap yet. Still the thing, it's the most horrible gun I ever created. Normal, like Pierce 1, like Pella 1 is the only thing that it can shoot like pretty good. Now we're a Moga Hunter, we don't need air. We need air another time. You're welcome again. Oh yeah. Charge to the mat, let just casually swiping the monster to flinch it. Oh, those motherfuckers. Just get always in my way when you don't have to. Boring. At least he is limping. Do you ever always wanted to know what happens if you don't have air? I can show you. It's surprisingly weird. At least I know that from Try Ultimate. I have not known it from this game. So I'm kinda excited how you can get drowned or not in this game. And that's what happens. You basically get an health debuff. That's all. It's not getting faster or... Yeah, it's kind of an effect, but it's not... It's not that terrible. To be fair. I see more problematic debuffs than that one. Superior Toxin is way more problematic than this one. Extreme Blights are way more problematic than this one. Extreme Blights are just... extreme? It's in the name, Extreme Blights. Okay, since you have low HP and I have not the mood to fuck along with you. Bring all the no berries? No berries? But why? Oh, you mean, the extreme blights. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, sure. Only thing that null berries doesn't bring you too much. Because either you die or you can't use them on extreme blights. That is the best special thing on Frontier that it have for you. Never heard about extreme blights before? Oh boy. Motherfucker. I've been sheltered, or apparently. So in Frontier there are Zenith monsters, and they are crazy versions of superior origin monsters, or like previous origin monsters, and they have, some of them have crazy blights, or not only elemental. Some of them also have the feature of Zenith poison or paralysis. Basically. And Zenith Fire. Let's start easy. Zenith Fire or Extreme Fire Blight reduces your health and your maximum health in the same time. And the higher your Zenith monster is you fight against, the more crucial it is. Saying it strictly, when you're fighting a Zenith 2 monster that can do Fire Blight, Extreme Fire Blight, let me say you have full HP, and he hits you with a fire attack, and you will smash away, you roll on the floor, and then stand up. Before you stand up, you're already dead. On Zenith 4 monsters, don't try even to tank the fireball, and yeah, Zenith 3, you can probably tank the fireball, but then again, you die on the way to the floor. Yep, you can still get the max potion to increase your health. That's still possible. But it will decrease your HP bar in not a funny way. It's not like when this is your HP, it's not like... It's like... dead. It's like 3 times the speed of normal degradation. Oh, you think this is funny? Well, Extreme Water Blight. Well, normally Water Blight basically destroys your, stamina recovery. Zenith Water Blight basically makes it even more terrible. Like, you need to step out of the combat before you regen like stamina, and you can't do anything. People who play those games know when you have no stamina, you can't do shit. And Zenith Water Blight is basically what it does. Well, what about the more crazy thing? Zenith Thunder Blight. Well, if you think that getting a heart attack is a bad thing overall in real life, Zenith Thunder Blight does that to your hunter. Your hunter is rolling on the floor in agony, and his heart is stopped beating, and you need another player to recover you from that state, otherwise you just die. Then we have Extreme Ice Blight. That's a more of a friendlier one. It basically gets you frozen on the place you currently be, and if you get hit by the monster, you die instantly. That is about Extreme Ice Blight. Then we have Extreme Dragon Blight. Extreme Dragon Blight is avoiding to heal you from any source in the game. You can't even use vampirism on your weapon. You can't even get a life powder. You just can't get healed if you get Extreme Dragon Blighted. It's not possible. Yep. You need a elemental resistances over 55 to get over that elemental threshold before you get blighted. If a Zenith monster is hitting you with a thunder attack, then you only get thunder level 2 blight and not the Zenith blight anymore. That is the difference. To prevent it, if you play solo, yeah, you should probably get your elemental resistances to a high level, as I said, 55. Or you avoid getting hit by that. I mean, yeah. The best thing is to avoid getting hit by elemental attacks overall. Don't dare to tank them. Yep. In Frontier, there are style rank skills. So if you get practice with a weapon, you can choose specific skills on your weapon. One of that is a basic attack damage boost and a defense boost. Then we have a specific elemental resistances, and we have all elemental resistances. If you fight a specific Zenith monster later on, I would recommend to play, like, let's say you're fighting Zenith Rathalos, like Zenith Rathalos. You pick elemental fire resistances and all resistances. And this should boost your elemental resistances to 49, which is fairly good enough. Your armor should basically have enough elemental resistances to cover that up. If that not helps, you just have to increase your star rank with your weapon, so those skills get better too. It's a Frontier gimmick, basically. Okay, we have a Rathalos here, a Uragan, and a Harvest Quest. I think I'm gonna take on the Rathalos now. That's something specific on Frontier. You have skills everywhere. Even your Poogie has skills. Yep, Frontier is a heavy grind festival. I can understand people that have just no mood anymore to play Frontier anymore because it's that grindy. It's also hard for me to recommend someone to play Frontier because of that reason. Because you have to get a long way through the game. Frontier was created to spend a lifetime with some people. Now what people in private servers try to do is try to mod it in the same way how you would play a normal Monster Hunter game. And that is obviously the thing that I did bad on Frontier. I played Frontier to a certain degree. I played it with very high quality bonuses on my on the private server that I joined. But I can assure you that if you play Frontier in a regular way, it needs months to get to G rank if you not get help from anyone. It is huge grind. I can only recommend people to play Frontier if they have friends. Frontier is super fun with friends. It is really cool. Like, I would say it's more fun to play in multiplayer than probably most of the other Monster Hunter games. Fair things to say. Because they made super hard challenges even for 4 people. But then the solo player has to do with the same monster that are suited for 4 people. So you can already see, or like already get the idea how difficult those quests is. There is a certain item in the game that allows you to have more power in a combat in terms of how much damage you can take. And since then, the monsters are hitting truck levels of damage. Frontier is not an easy place to be. I would highly recommend to play with friends. Solo, it's fun to a certain degree, to a certain rank, I think until HR 5. And then you reach HR 5 and 6, which is the hotspot of getting annoyed by the game. How crazy the difficulty curve is rising. I gotta be honest, HR 5 is the hardest rank in Frontier. Or like HR 5 in Frontier is the hardest rank that I ever encountered in my entire life of Monster Hunter. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, that's that. It's the hardest rank I ever had to go through with it. And it's not a thing that I just try to make something up here. It is the hardest rank I ever gotten into. And the reason isn't that the monsters are... I mean, the monsters are tough, for sure. But the reason is the game throws you basically into a rank that is very unorganized. You open up the quest board and just see the amount of quests and you think like, wow, 97 quests in total and 23 of them are key quests. Fuck. And you already know, yeah, that's a big rank. So you try slowly but surely in this rank to try your limits and how strong you can get. You basically make new equipment patterns and paths. It's an entirely new rank in one level. It's like full G rank in one level. And the fun thing is, when you get out of this rank and you get to G rank, or like to, no, not G rank. We did speak about HR 6. HR 6 is scary. Yeah, I can say that. Scary. HR 6 is the exact opposite from HR 5. There are only 5 quests you have to do, and 11 quests in total. And all those 5 monsters are terrifying. You have to do Supremacy Teostra. In my opinion, the second hardest quest in this rank. Supremacy Teostra is super fun if you're strong enough to beat him like originally. But he is so hard if you see him the first time. You basically triple card in the first 2 minutes and you don't even know why. Because you don't understand a single thing he throws at you. So you get super confused, like, wow, what the fuck is that? And if you're like me, you think, okay, maybe Teostra is not the thing, so we go for another quest. Then you do the Supremacy Pariapudia. Worst monster in this rank. Pariapudia is destroying you. No. Diaos Pita is nothing. Nothing against Supremacy Teostra. Diaos Pita is probably getting on fire and like crumbling in agony and pain before you can even touch Supremacy Teostra. Just imagine a hardcore version of Teostra with flaming mane and every footstep he does do is like creating fire and a lot of crazy shit happening on the field and all those things. Like, let's say that. Yeah, you will see definitely a find on the internet. Go watch some YouTube thing and like see Supremacy Teostra. There's also a quest, Supremacy Tab Pariapudia, which is the most hated quest for me personally in HR6, because this Pariapudia is not even way bigger than the regular one. He does so much more damage and... oof. He is a hard boy. And he tanks a bunch. Then there is a quest you have to beat... okay, now I have to get it good. Aro Garnosu and Gano Garnosu, which are gold and silver fishies, both in an arena, and you have to beat them. That is also very difficult. The other quest on HR6... oh, let me think about it. Oh, the Supremacy Doragioruso, which is like a dragon elemental phoenix wyvern. That guy is badass. I like that fight. He's the simplest of all of them, but he is still hard. It might be the first one you should tackle if you reach that game. What was the last quest? Oh, Oribatoruso. That's the key quest to get through the rank. Yikes. A Kanto lookalike turtle wyvern with a huge cannon on its back. Making loads of AoE attacks that are really heavy reaching to you. I gotta admit that Frontier might have very hard monsters, but the creativity they have is... I love Ori... Do you know what? Go for YouTube and hear the soundtrack of Oribatoruso. You're gonna... Oh... Kumi. Freaking...
Good.
This theme is unbeatable. It's probably the best desert theme I ever heard. Without taking high things. Yeah, you can quote me on that. That is... Oribatoruso OST is brilliant. Frontier has so many good themes. No joke. Frontier has probably more good music than the entire Monster Hunter series. Even Proof of the Hero got reverted in Frontier. Frontier music is a banger. This game has so many good elements in that. In terms of, like, things of details, if I gotta say it in that way. Yeah, okay, I get that. Emotional ties to the song, okay, I get that. Yeah, that's totally understandable. Totally, I definitely get the vibe you want to hit here. Yeah, the thing is, Frontier music is just a banger. Just a freaking banger. Simping about Frontier again. Some of the Bane's quotes. It's either Longsword Rant, Frontier music, Diao's Pita molding, or how much I hate Legiah Cross recently. A couple of things that are come in occasionally as a topic. Oh, hello, my friend. Wakey, wakey, motherfucker. Interesting. The only two flagship monsters I personally don't like in the Monster Hunter series. I know what the flagship monsters of God Eater are. I don't know. I mean, Resurrection, the cover monster was like Diao's Pita, but I hope it's not the flagship of this game actually. That's the reason why I gave Chacha the earplugs, by the way, so he can knock me off when Raphael's is enraged, for example. You didn't have seen the monster of the flagship of the third arc? I don't know if it's Hannibal, maybe. I like Hannibal. He's a cool monster. Hannibal is probably the best monster so far that I have fought on God Eater. No bad things to say. Ah, Rapid Fire Thunder. I have Rapid Fire Thunder on this. This is a good ammo type, by the way. On Raphaelos, by the way. It's weird, but it's what it is. Does it pierce? I think it doesn't pierce, right? Okay. It's quick reload. That's what matters too for me. I can barely see if it's piercing or not. I think it doesn't pierce. It doesn't look like it. I hear like people saying like elemental shots are piercing in this game, but I think it's just dragon shots. Fuck you, dude. Hannibal, the second arc, is a pretty good monster. Yeah, I like him a lot. What is the first arc like main monster? Like flagship? Is it like Vajra maybe? I suppose it's Vajra. First arc is Diao's. Well, that's the worst monster ever. I mean, even Rathalos is a first gen flagship, and he's still not that bad. Hey, Janik, welcome. Chair with me. I have a day with Frello, by the way, Janik. I have a day with Frello to go for some skating. Skating with the old dude holding the camera, and he does the tricks. Good old times, Pock Bones, yeah. Agreeing with the Pock Bones this time. I hope... No, I don't think we gonna both break our bones. I think I just do that. Yeah, you shouldn't be too scary with that. Claw attack. Motherfucker, just going away all the time. Whip streamer taken over by Janik. I don't know why you want to have my Twitch channel. The audience will probably miss me. And there's just a Janik vent there. Kuming streams? I mean, you can just open up an OnlyFans. I think a couple of girls would probably like you. Or dudes. I'm wrong, decided to look it up. Vajra was the original flagship of God Eater. I mean, Vajra wasn't too bad, I guess. He was okay as a monster fight. Not particularly good or bad. Oh, only 2 shots? Then I should probably not shoot it. Still did it. Rathalos has a coolness factor. Kinda. I mean, I like the idea of having a monster that is the king of the skies. I like that idea on Monster Hunter all the time. But I think the Rathalos fight is... Back in the day, you can fight Rathalos with everything. And now I think there are just matchups that are like way worse than others on Rathalos now. That is a little bit what my thing is on Rathalos. He changed so hard on his like way to fight that he made some weapon types like just super hard to interact with him. Design level wise, he is... I mean, he doesn't have anything super duper crazy. I mean, he is like... He represents for me the look of a wyvern since back then when I started Monster Hunter. And the fun fact is that Rathalos isn't the first monster that got created or from Capcom's side. The first monster that got produced was Rathian, actually. The reason why Rathalos is the flagship monster is because he looks way more threatening on the cover page. Fun fact, that's that. He looks way more threatening than Rathian. But Rathian was the real first monster. Big fat Aptonoffs. He is locked in an animation thing. That's good. He did like 3 really strict animations in a row, and that leaded him to just look forward and just roar, like grunt. Yeah, too close for shot roll. Easy. 12 minutes, that's okay. That's certainly okay. It's kind of meh now considering all the different species, but all the first months experienced fighting, friend lent me Monster Hunter. It was extremely memorable. Yeah, there's a fun story that I have. When I started Monster Hunter, I was in a time in school that I got really bad grades, especially in my German classes. And we had the topic in our classes to write stories. And my mom said, you know, your grades in German get bad, so why you not doing a diary about what you lived through and all those things. And my mom read those diary things that I write down. That was basically what I experienced in Monster Hunter, and how much I loved that game and what happened there. And my mom kind of understands now what Monster Hunter is, since to that. Plate, baby!
Good.
Let's go! Baby! Plate, baby! But I didn't get a tail, since we can first try. Yeah. My mom doesn't dislike Monster Hunter, but she's still not agreeing with me that I love that franchise so much. I said it like, you have to think like it's a music genre you really like to do. Just with the difference that in music you can't interact with the thing you consume. While in video games I do this the entire time. That is the difference, Mom. And she's like, yeah, music is something you don't hold on to much. And I'm getting back and think like, well, there was times back in the day where I just basically sat in, like lay in my bed and just listened to music. Because it just got me off from anxiety and stuff so well. Music is a brilliant thing to compose stress. Okay, let's do the Uragan now. And then I think we tackle the other quest after that. Stun Uragan and sever its tail. I gonna stun him? Might be the difference in generations? Yeah, it might be. It's not like my mom doesn't allow me back in the day as a kid to play those games. I remember, and I'm actually kind of thankful for that, when I think back. I wanted to play GTA San Andreas when I was a kid back in the day. And my mom doesn't want me to play this game because it was like a game with like way major audience, for way mature audience. And I was just 13 or 14 years old and I didn't got the game from my mom. And I tried to find other games that cooked my interest. And then we were on this German market back in the day, where I just saw this game Monster Hunter covered up in front of my face, and I'm like, why does this look so freaking cool? And then I was like, yeah, just take the game. How much bucks? Yeah, just 20 bucks. And that was the first game I achieved from my own money. Monster Hunter was the actual first game that I achieved with my own money. And, yeah. Since, see what had happened to me. Still being in it. I think I want to use this. Can it shoot at water? This thing can shoot thunder in rapid fire, but water, not really. Water rapid fire. Three rounds of water rapid fire. That's okay. Pellet level 1 and normal 2 shots. I would love to have more pellet shots for my gun, so let's see if I can make something better. I can. Yeah. Six, 4. Wow. Damn. That is a great gun. I'm gonna save that gun for sure. It's an elemental gun, so fire, water. How do you combine water shots again? Wasn't it like knife mackerel or something? Want me to look it up? Only if you feel like it. I can just look by myself also. But let's see. This is ice ammo. This should be fire ammo. Wyvern Fire 1. Oh, okay. Good to know. Sharpened Fang. Oh, underwater ammo. Wyvern Fire. Yay! Happy Frog. This is Thunder S. Waiting for the hunt to use exclusively Wyvern Fire. I gotta see if I can make a Wyvern Fire gun. Really? That's only shooting Wyvern Fire? I doubt it's possible. But maybe there's something that you can work with fixed damage. It would be something interesting to use against Giginox. Giginox's health pool isn't that incredibly large. And you can kill him quite fast with elemental shots, but it can also be a thing that he doesn't have much HP overall. So that might be a thing to consider to use, but I definitely gonna experiment in low rank as much as possible. I don't want to do high rank quests yet in try. I could also just grind the key quests in try now, I think, and then just go to the hub then, but not sure. What's the percentage of triggering Razor Sharp? Razor Sharp doesn't have a triggering percentage. It basically halves the decrease of weapon sharpness per hit. That's what it does. In terms of sharpness bar, it doubles your current sharpness. Because you lose 50% of your normal sharpness. That's about it. It doesn't have something to do with a percentage weight. It is a pretty consistent skill. Spear Shot? I think Spear Shot is not in this game. There's no Spear Shot in this game, unfortunately. Alright, I don't find water, I think, here. I can also shoot only the 60 water rounds. That's enough for breaking the chin. For sure. Monsanto making me the fuse the ways together. I see. Monsanto World did a lot of changes to certain degree on weapon and armor skill, like armor skills overall, and it can be quite confusing if you try to port it into a older game. But there's no Spear Shot in this game, unfortunately. It's the first game that represent that skill was Monster Hunter World, actually. No, actually it was Generations Ultimate. But trust me, in older Monster Hunter games we also had our broken armor set skills. In Monster Hunter World, you have a lot of skills that are great working and synergizing with certain weapons, but the roots of them are in the previous games. Like Ballistics, Challenger, a lot of those kind of things. Now I want to re-download Word and work on making Frostcraft Spear Shot Wyvern Fire. Why Frostcraft? This thing can't crit. Oh no, Frostcraft gives you just enhanced damage by unsheathing your attacks and has this gauge kind of thing, right? I don't know if that would be the best thing to do for Wyvern Fire. It's a very extraordinary shot type, so thinking about a build around it would be kind of difficult. 40% damage on max gauge? Well, sure, but you have also to create an opening for that. That is the problematic thing of that, I think. I hope my reloads are not too high to shoot pedal level 2. It's the best shot type that I can currently have been available for my guns. Urigan doesn't seem to be here. Frostcraft was one of the most interesting skills ever. This is something I missed from Monster Hunter a little bit. Some very, like, super interesting, like, armor set skills. I mean, Malzeno got this blood right thing, I get that, but we have some sort of thing before already. lifesteal overall. Frostgraph was something you just have when you play this armor set. And now in Malzeno's set, you have to pick 2 of his equipments to get Blood Rite and Partbreaker fully. And then you play like the Malzeno set. The other parts were basically there to give this entire set more like skills. Like Weakness Exploit and Wirebug Whispers, which are basically the most meta skills in Rise, I would say. Weakness Exploit is just a necessary thing since it was represented in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. I think in this game there is no Weakness Exploit. I tried to attack the chin because I wanted to break it as fast as possible. Yeah, don't take my freaking sideways input game. Thank you. What the hell? Ah, motherfucker. I think I should upgrade the barrel. And you see how fast he's enraged? Water elemental damage is pretty good on this guy. Go far away from him so he doesn't hit you. Actually, his hitbox got increased in Tri-Ultimate. He has a way bigger range there. And in Monster Hunter World, it's even more crazy. Oh my goodness. Woo! That was close. Okay, this game is eating my inputs like crazy, dude. Whew. Okay. That was close. Its set damage has a fairly decent range, so rolling, shooting is surprisingly viable. Yeah, I know. There is a lot of play with Monster World sets. I just like to play with non-meta fun builds. I mean, I also played some non-meta sets back in the day. I played some Frostgraph Heavy Bowgun with normal 3 or normal 2. That was fun. It's just not that viable on all the monsters, but it's hella funny against Kuluyaku. Or Rathalos. Because he's very scripted in the way how he moves in the fight. He just keeps attacking, don't hit me. I mean, he is doing attacks that have the range to hit me, but they have barely an effectivity. Wrong shot type. Motherfucker, I hate that. He's just spinning behind me, I don't know where he's like landing. That's what I hate. For that reason you need target camera, so you can move better. That is the reason why target camera was a good thing to introduce in Tri-Ultimate. So there you go. That was slow enough for me to turn the camera. Item is zone changing, it either feels annoying when you're knocked out on the map or cheap when you run over to heal. Yeah, I get that. I just used it basically because I was close to the map and any other situation that or like any other dodge pattern that I would do is just horrible there. That is why I leave the area. To have a little bit of a thing explanatory. The other thing is, changing maps is kind of like a thing that is reasonable since the monster is like, you know, damaged and can't fight you anymore because it's weak and stuff. It makes sort of sense. It's like one of the old roots of Monster Hunter. I don't mind chasing the monster. What I don't agree with is like this. Now we have 3 monsters in the map that are colliding to each other every time when you hunt this specific monster. So basically ranting about Monster Hunter Rise now. I don't get why they did that. I already felt like it's super annoying in Monster Hunter World when that happens accidentally. But in Monster Hunter Rise, it's your occasional gameplay. Yeah, exactly. That's also something on God Eater that's like, yeah, the entire thing that ruins for me about God Eater is this multi-monster quest shenanigan. They should work definitely on this kind of thing. This is so annoying, and I am very certain if there's no in-game option to, like, not get squatted down by monsters, it needs something to, like, they need to change that. It's not fun. It feels unfair to a certain degree. Yeah, exactly. They have super low thresholds to ride them. That is the mechanic behind Rise. They force you to Wyvern ride. You can't say like, well, I just want to hunt that monster. No, you have to Wyvern ride them. It is free damage and it's all cool and nice, but I don't know, this feels odd. It doesn't have anything to do either with the original series or either have to do with some new world shenanigan. It's just an odd feature in Rise that I don't like at all. Why should a baggy, a great baggy, hunting a Magna Mallow by his own will? Well, I know he doesn't have the will because you ride him, I know that, but wouldn't he be, like, super scared because there's, like, a Magna Mallow ripping off everything? And it feels, like, so anime. It is... I don't know. Not that I don't like anime, but it doesn't feel like Monster Hunter. It feels like you're a Superman and you, like, dominate even the monsters that you should fear overall. I like that thing, you're the little guy and you're gonna defeat the big Goliath. Now in Monster Hunter I kinda miss that thing. The Clutch Claw was also giving you the upper hand kinda ability, but it was like a... you know, a brief moment that you use this. In Sunbreak it's on each fight, and you can't control it like the Clutch Claw. This is something that I gonna point out for people that hating the Clutch Claw way too much. The Clutch Claw is an opportunity you can use, you don't have to. While Wyvern riding is something you can't force, it's forced by the game. I know now in Sunbreak you can damage the monster when it's in Wyvern ride state, but it happens like in the same time. I don't know, it just feels shit. Yeah, and in terms of value, Wyvern riding is way more powerful than a Clutch Claw Tenderize. The cool thing about Clutch Claw Tenderizing was behind the math thing. Like, you make a hit zone better, that is better reachable. Bow guns does that a lot, or like Bow do that on Diablos on the wings. Normally the weak spot for Diablos would be the abdomen, but if you would tenderize the wings, you can deal a buttload of damage on its wings with Bow. That is the reason why Bow was such a superior matchup on Diablos. Because of the Clutch Claw mechanic you can do. Which is a fun thing to just name out here for the Clutch Claw. it changed some monster matchup that was back in the day horrible. And made something good out of it. Mega Chin Strike. What? Okay, that was enough range. Okay. I hear some splash sounds. Okay, for that thing that you're exhausted, you can roll pretty far away now. Nah, I mean, Clutch Claw doesn't really say, like, use it or suffer. The cool thing about Clutch Claw is, like, they give you a certain, opening and say, like, hey, this is a Clutch Claw opening. You can use it now for doing 2 specific things. So you can choose, okay, Wallbang or Tenderize. I mean, if the monster is enraged, you can only do the other. But you had a decision you can do. And with quick, like, with the thing you know what you want to do now, it creates a specific feeling of fighting monsters. And this is something really cool. Sunbreak now. It's like, okay, random Pokemon fights. I just spoke about my current feelings with Sunbreak with Janik yesterday. And one thing I said to him really hit him hard. I said, Sunbreak is probably the worst Monster Hunter game that I played so far, in the terms of DLCs. I played a bunch, no, better saying, I played all DLCs in Monster Hunter. Literally. And I played none that worse than Sunbreak. Monster Hunter will slightly and surely get into a gacha game kind of universe, and this disgusts me entirely. I even was thinking about not buying the next Monster Hunter game for a certain degree. Fuck you. He hit at me because hitboxes are funny. Yeah. For Clutch Claw means you can deal lots of damage, without much fighting. It's just someone who can sleep the monster after you can wallbang for even more damage. It shortens 100% of the fight to a massive degree if you utilize it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, Ikriro, back again. I think they have event quests, but they're mostly boring. They made like weird weapon choices and what they add to some weapons. I mean, Lance has something now kind of similar to Insect Glaive. Greatsword has a instant TCS, so even I can hit TCS now and be great with Greatsword, and there's no skill involved anymore. Just time your guard point thing, and that's all. Completely lost that thing to learn with the timing on Greatsword in terms of the TCS thing. No, just guard point. All the weapons work now kind of similar to each other, and this is something I disagree with a lot. Every weapon now has a guard point punish feature, which was something unique to Charge Blade. And now every weapon can do the thing that was so fun on Charge Blade on 4U back in the day, and so unique. That is something that I disagree, and Charge Blade and Sunbreak is just copium. It is literally copium. Multiplayer is effectively that. I wouldn't say effectively that, since we have the Afflicted quest, but the Afflicted thing is still something I don't really like. Not about the, level up system overall, or the thing we have Afflicted. I like the idea behind Afflicted. I think this is the best, like, enhanced monster scenario we have. I gotta give credit to this. But the thing that you level up a monster to a high level to get more different materials to upgrade your weapon augment, cool shit, that makes sense. But that random lottery armor skill roll you have there is just stupid. It lost everything in terms of what armor pieces are crazy or good or something. It doesn't give you any more the thing like, I want to hunt something very specific and gain some mats from this monster and doing this armor. I don't get that thing. That is something that I don't like. It's a weird post-game idea. Lottery in Monster Hunter. Something that I like about Monster Hunter is I can pick what I want to work onto. I want to have augmentations for my weapons. I go to the guiding lens. I want to have some Frenzy Stones for my weapons to hone in for you. I do some apexes in my battle quarters. Or guild quests if I'm a masochistic guy. I want to hunt with my friends and some, you know, just doing the casual gaming thing. Just do try ultimate multiplayer. It might be a stupid quote from me in the first place, but I think Try Ultimate has the best post-game in the entire franchise. Besides Iceborne. Iceborne is also great. But I think Try Ultimate from the old gen series has the best post-game overall. It is the core essence of Monster Hunter. Just fucking make or do all the quests. Do all the weapons you can achieve. Make your equipment box full. Go for that artisan hammer. Try yourself out in the most creative ways in the world of Monster Hunter. Try Ultimate is wonderful in that thing. It opens up more things in post-game instead of limiting you for one certain thing. I can totally understand why people love Try Ultimate. I can totally understand that. People are hyping Monster Hunter for you a lot. Because of their amazing story and all those things. And the Charge Blade and Insect Glaive and all those kind of new things in for you. But the core Monster Hunter experience in post-game you have in Try Ultimate. It's just hunting what you desire. You want something, you do something. Wonderful. You can self-esteemly pick a quest you want to do. Brilliant. Just wonderful. Since for you, it's you need to do this monster to get post-game things. Like super crazy decorations or like charms. Crazy relic weapons. It's the same loop in 4U. In GU, oh, you want to have great charms. Well, you have to do Brachydios. In World, they give you options what to do. You want to have good augmentations? Well, there's a whole land to explore. With different regions and stuff. Go on and try that out. You want to have, I don't know. You want to have crazy augmentation slots. Go to fight that Ruiner Gigante. There are different things for different stuff. That's cool. That's interactive and like you can explore something. Now, yeah, afflicted monsters. Yeah, fight that monster million times until you get it to 120 and then you get some additional items from this guy. I don't know. Not that friend of that. They gave Greatsword a counter and the Longsword a charge attack. Yup. I would love guard points on Gunlands. They give it exactly one move in World. You want to have a guard point feature in Gunlands? Well, did you play Monster Hunter Portable 3rd? If not, you should do it. There is a thing similar to a guard point feature in this game. It's a glitch, but it's the reason why Gunlance is crazy in this game. It is the best progress weapon in Portable Third. It is stupendously strong. And consistent in killing monsters. And hella fun. That's the point of the entire thing. It's hella fun to use. Portable Third had a gimmick for Gunlance that is super fun to play with. Intentional guard point skills? Well, then you can play GU. And can play some old adept Gunlance. If you want to slap the fuck out of a monster, go for GU Gunlance. Never did anything wrong with that. Can highly recommend this. A tour through the tundra. Hey, Chisel, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. I mean, you want to have a gun, like, you want to have a guard point feature. Do you want to guard and then blast off to the monster? That would be absurd, right? Thinking about area blast. Just got from home from work. What? Now? Holy shit. Did you have like a business meeting or something? Or some hookers? I don't know. That's a long time. I personally like Slaplands. GU meta was kinda like around Slaplands. A guard. I mean, if you like guard porting into, like, if you want to play Gunlance, you want to shoot the shit out of a monster, play Valor Gunlance. It's freaking funny to use. No joke. Valor Gunlance is so beautiful. It is fun. If you are annoyed about how slow you shoot your shellings, well, Valor Gunlance is the thing. Ah, you did some private work. I see. Typical electrician thing. I mean, we're happy you guys are doing that. I gotta say that. We're happy you guys are doing this. Without you people, we can't build our houses. Make or like... can't grow our children because they don't have light in their room or anything. I am happy for every handy worker we have there. Gotta get back to PC for the PC components. I see. Seems like you paid a little bit much, right? For those PC components. I mean, it has to hold a little while, right? He did the big suck. Unplanned expense? Yeah, I get that. 600 euros. Oh. Ouchies. That's a bunch. Nothing here. Hey Chisel, look what I can do. It took me like 20 minutes to find out how to do that. It seems like on Sunday we are going for skating. You press circle in front of those bonfires and not the square button. Alright, enjoy the Lurk, Soren. Gunlands has a very interesting curve in the world of Monster Hunter. One thing to mention is Capcom always had problems with fixing fixed damage. Fun phrasing. But it's the honest thing. They never knew how to fix to change that fixed damage problem they have. Either Gunland shellings do barely sort of damage, or they were too good but too slow to use consistently. I think that's the right way to phrase it. In Monster Hunter DOS, the shelling did probably the most base damage, but it was too inconvenient to use it, so you end up with uprise and guard pokes, which is weird as hell to play. In Freedom 2, I think Freedom 2 is probably the best shelling meta for Gunlands. Because it's a little bit of a weaker version than in DOS, but they get like additional skills for boosting the damage, and you have more upgrade paths. It can't be hard to bind shell damage to raw. The problem is, if you would do that, you have to make a huge difference on Gunlands builds then. Because Gunlands in the back idea, or like in the back, the idea behind Gunlands is a weapon that can utilize all the stats it has included. So shell damage, some sort of attribute your weapon has, and its own raw. So you can be very creative in the way how you want to use it. But instead of making creativity to the builds, to say like, alright, let's say you have a fire gun lance, right? So let's say you have a couple of fire monsters. Fire is a bad target here. Maybe water. You have like a Ludroth gun lance for elemental stepping. You have like Glacial Agnactor for some raw and good sharpness. Like you gotta have like different paths for those. Binding shell damage to raw would mean that raw damage gun lance is an entire new thing you can play. It will also increase the damage of your thrust attacks, which would be also difficult. Elemental gunland shelling is amazing. That is the thing that I was speaking about. Make a hunter art that is involving elemental capabilities of gunlands and make that an entire build. Or just make one move that can do that. And people will just use this move for elemental weak monsters. Frontier did that. Frontier did elemental gunlands shelling. And super wyvern fire. And just walking with your weapon unsheathed. And they made heat blades for gunlands. Gunlands is my second most played weapon in Frontier, by the way. My most played is Switch Axe, since Switch Axe main. But heat blade on gunlands is beautiful. I can tell you that, Lusorin. My first quest in Frontier was with gunlands. And I played that weapon for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And I thought like, what is so special about that? And then I accidentally pressed circle after I got a shelling. And you can do a special reload with your shelling, and the next shell does more damage. That was the first thing in Earth style. In Frontier you have 4 different styles. You gotta play with Earth style at the beginning in the game. And I was like, wow, that's cool. What can you also do? Then I realized you can do a full burst with this weapon. Where you just swipe in front of you, and you blast all your shellings in front of you, and your hunter is dodging backwards while doing this. I'm like, wow, that is really cool too. How can this be topped? And then I just did the charged wyvern fire, where your hunter is doing this with behind the shield, loading the wyvern fire, and then he did like another pose, and then you see your shellings infusing in your wyvern fire, and you go boom, and monster dead. And on extreme style, you're infusing your shellings in your wyvern fire and do a complete new pose and loading a second wyvern fire and blast this first one through it, and it's like the entire fucking map is exploding. Frontier did so many great things without losing the grip of the weapon. Really beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I think we're gonna tackle those quests in the next stream. Which might be on Sunday, actually. Alright. I'm sorry, it's gotta be over for today again. I'm feeling also a bit tired. Alright. So. Hello. Alright. I thank you everyone for participating the stream again. And I am really glad you guys being here. Second thing is, either we're gonna raid someone or we simp more about Frontier. We can raid someone, otherwise I will raid someone on my list. I just give you guys like a minute or two to choose if you have someone to raid. Or do we raid today someone? Not many people currently doing something that is interesting for me. Oh, that is interesting. Speaking of, I mean, I don't want to. I can't rate this guy. He's playing Frontier, and it would spoil Lusorin a little bit. That would be bad. Um, Shit, if I can't raid this guy, I have basically no one to raid. Not actually not someone to raid, but these are all people that I raid all the time, and I want something new. Yeah, you know what? We're not gonna raid anyone here today, unless you guys have no recommendation. Nope, you haven't. All right, then I say bye bye, guys. We will see us on Sunday again for some trying or god eating. I have to see. And yeah, I wish you guys a wonderful evening, and we will see us in no time. Bye bye. Bye bye.